Jesus freak here. I want to point out something that some of y'all probably haven't thought of when it comes to the issue of Christian nationalism. Remember when I said if you have one group purporting to be Christians, they gain control of the levers of power, they're going to turn it against other groups that purport to be Christians. So, let's take one example. You have the New Apostolic Reformation. They want to establish New World Order with the apostles and prophets of the NAR as first ecclesiastical and then secular authorities. Then you have the Rushdunites, who were Presbyterians as opposed to Pentecostal charismatics, but they also want to set up their ecclesiastical leadership as a secular leadership. Now, both groups want to set up a church as the state. The difference is they're different churches, and each church considers the other church heretical. You see what I'm getting at? The NAR is going to want to force Rushdunites to become NAR or parish. Rushdunites, if they get power, are going to want the NAR to convert or parish. Sectarianism is going to cause any attempt at a theocracy to go Ouroboros. This is why stuff like the Establishment Clause is so important. Because it's kind of one sect versus another. If you're if you're from the U.S. and you're familiar with American history, you'll note that there were a couple groups of Puritans, talking basically proto-Presbyterians, that had a dispute with the Church of England hierarchy. So you're talking Anglicans, and moved to different locations and eventually came over here. If you're also familiar, another Puritan group actually waged war against the Church of England dominated government, kicked them out, killed the king, and established their own government in England. And then about a generation later, the Anglicans came back, ousted the Puritans, and reestablished their theocracy. This was ostensibly Christian on Christian combat. Because one side considered the other side heretical, anathema, subhumans, or, you know, you'd be a fool to think that if one church were to seize control of the government and say, our church is now the official church of the United States, that they would not attack other churches. Don't think necessarily that if a church manages to pull that off, it's going to be your church. Dollars to Donuts says you're going to be the one against the wall. Jesus freak out.